to start playing around with Adobe Fresco here, and I want to show you a couple things that you might not have noticed before. So if you go to create new or you go to custom size, either of those, and this pops up, you'll notice how if you don't have it on recent, if you choose, for example, digital or print, see how every single option has a little arrow by it. So if I click on that, I can get new size and format, and this pops up. And obviously you can change your width and height right there. You can also change the orientation, but you can also change down here the pixel size. So currently I have it set at 300 pixels per inch, PPI, and I'm going to make my background transparent, and I'm going to go ahead and create this document. And when I do this, I wonder if there's a way to change the title somewhere else, but if I go to my document and hit rename, I've already called something 300, but I'm going to do it again. 300, I'll call it 300A because I have something else named the same thing. All right, and I've made this one here, and I already added all this stuff to it. So it's a same exact document, but I just kind of scribbled on it. But I'm going to do this again. I'm going to go to create new, and I am going to, again, go to letter. I'm going to go ahead and go to new size and format. I'm going to keep everything the same, but I'm going to change my resolution to a ridiculously low size. And oh, I found it up here. I can change my document name up there. So I'm going to call this 15A as well, because I actually already have a document named 15A. And I'm going to hit create document. Well, you're going to notice that if I have a resolution of 15 and I start to draw, I'm going to grab a wet brush here, and just because I like the way it looks, I'm going to go ahead and paint some transparent colors on here with a really big brush. Why not? And then I'm going to come in with, oh, I like blue. Make it a nice 100% opacity blue. And, oh, look at, oh, whoa. Well, that filled up the whole canvas, but that's interesting. I have a pretty big brush, so I'm going to make my brush really small. And let's grab another color, yellow. And, whoa, that's like really not standing out. Let's go to something else. Oh, that looks good. But that's crazy. That's a size 8 brush, and that looks pretty big there. And more to the point, if I zoom in, I can see every single pixel on the screen here. That's nuts. Whereas if I go to that 300A document, so let's do the same thing. I'll go to my wet brush, transparent, nice and blue, like the color blue, and I'll make it a nice big brush again. So something really big. Paint the whole thing with water, right? And then come in again with color blue. So I'm doing everything the same. The only thing that changed was the resolution. And I'll make this a nice small size. And I paint, oh, look at that. Well, that's interesting. It didn't spread out nearly as much. So maybe I just need a bigger brush. Even the big brush didn't spread out the same way. What is going on? And if I go down to a really small brush like the one I had before, it's tiny. Like those brushes that were a certain size on, nope, everything's small. So what is going on here? Well, if I zoom in here, you can see that actually the brush is based on a pixel size. This is 8 pixels wide, and because I have 8 PPI, it's drawing these brush sizes at 8 PPI, I think. Let's go see. Yeah, see, look at that. You can actually count the number of squares an 8 PPI brush gives you, whereas like let's say if we make it like a 3 PPI, very, very small. Whereas if I did it 300 across, it'd be very, very big. But if I go back to the 15 PPI brush, or rather the 15 PPI image, a 3 PPI brush, which should be very small, actually appears much larger in this document because there are less pixels to play around with. So the size is not just dependent upon the actual physical size of the paper. It's also dependent upon the resolution. And I'm going to have you guys play around with this as well, and make a screenshot of each of them and compare and write a little bit about it. Okay?